Brilliant Stars has officially hit the shelves, guys, and there's been some crazy prices. Let's talk about it. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Gym Leaders Podcast, where we talk all things Pokemon TCG, especially Brilliant Stars on release week. I'm Travis with TCG Funhouse.
And I'm ASX with ASX TCG, ready to talk about some pre-release pricing on some of these single cards here today.
Yes, and before we start talking about any of these current sold prices, what we're going to be doing in today's episode is reviewing sold listings over on eBay, looking at, some TCG Player market prices on pre-sales and things, and we're going to try to put together what so far, or at the end of the day, is going to be the most expensive card, maybe the top 3 or 4 cards in the entire set. But right before we do that, guys, we do want to say, don't buy any singles yet. Do not buy any singles in the first 30, 60, 90 days of a set being released, because these prices are going to come way down. And actually, as somebody who tries to, use the hobby to pay for my hobby and run a Pokemon business and stuff, I would actually recommend, if you get a big hit in the first week, first 2 weeks, sell it. If you pull one of those Charizards, if you pull one of those gold cards, sell it, because you will, write this down, you will be able to buy those cards back down the road, whether it's 4 months, 5 months, for probably 1/3 of the price, or at least half the price in what you would get. So you could effectively turn one of your Charizards into 2 Charizards or something like that. Have you ever had any experiences like that, ASX?
Yeah, that is actually something that I had to learn, probably the hard way. But yeah, it's definitely something that I've been thinking about doing much more recently, especially with more of these recent sets, pretty much like Evolving Skies and on. That's what I've started to do, just to be able to put some money back into the hobby. And I think it's a great idea. Not necessarily on the buyer end. I'm happy, that they buy those cards from me, but I think it's definitely a great idea to put some money back into the hobby. And you're right. You need to do it very early on. You get that big hit early on, like you said, the first, 1, 2, 3 weeks or so, throw it up on TCG Player, put it on eBay, wherever you like to sell. Yeah. Get it gone and buy it back later. Definitely. I wish I had done that with so many.
It's hard.
So many cards.
It's hard to do, man. It really is, because you get that, rainbow V-Star or something, and you're just like, oh my God, I got the best card in the entire set. Yeah. Put that thing in a magnetic case or a card saver 1, and put it in your little safe, and you're like, yes, I got it. When
exactly
the better play is to sell it for $325 right now, and then buy it back when it's probably going to be $200 in 3 to 4 months. So remember that, guys. It's the best way to do things when you're talking about trying to make good financial decisions in the Pokemon TCG. Follow the trends, and that has been a trend for pretty much every single set that I've been a part of since I got back into Pokemon TCG collecting. So, but before we get into it, ASX, have you gotten any Brilliant Stars?
No, unfortunately not yet. I have not. I got a weird situation with my local shop over here where they're only open on Friday through Sunday for only like 5 hours.
How are they making money, man?
The day. The guy sells out every single time.
Well,
every release he has, like, the guy sells out. I don't get it, but I have unfortunately not had the luck many of you guys have had out there. Getting your hands on those pre-release kits, ETBs. I've seen people with booster boxes already and stuff like that, but I am not one of the lucky ones, unfortunately.
Dude, some of the content creators doing like 500, 600 pack openings, like cases and cases of Brilliant Stars, and it's like, my distributor, he told me my numbers, but I'm probably going to get them probably in the middle of next week.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so, I I don't know what I mean I do kind of know what the difference is, but kudos, I guess, to all those people who are able to rip, cases and cases and boxes of Brilliant Stars, because apparently this set has just amazing pull rates right now.
Yeah.
I mean, notoriously, Pokemon TCG, the first print wave does have better pull rates, but what we've been seeing in these Brilliant Stars packs and boxes and stuff like that has been crazy. I've seen some, I follow a lot of Pokemon channels on Instagram and Twitter, and I've seen booster boxes that have 3 gold cards inside. A buddy of mine got the gold Arceus and both gold Urshifus in one booster box.
That's crazy.
I saw another page that I follow get a rainbow rare, one of the gold Galarian birds, the Charizard V alternate art, and like 6 character rares inside of one booster box, on top of the normal Vs and V Maxes and V Stars and all that, right? It also had the Charizard V Star, Charizard regular V, all that, like in one box. I'm like, what is going on? Like, I want my stuff now.
Right?
Because I want to start ripping this, man. I'm excited, dude, to get some of these Zards, get some of this Arceus cards. Like, have you seen any, like, awesome stories and hits out there, man?
Yeah, I think I've probably followed the same person as you, because that picture that you described with all, the Charizard alt art and the gold cards and stuff like that, I feel like I saw that as well. Seeing a lot on Instagram, people throwing up their alt art Charizards, their rainbow Charizards. I've seen a handful of the gold Arceus cards as well, which I'm sure just look absolutely beautiful in person. They look amazing.
That's my
camera.
ultimate chase. Like, even though I know the Zard cards are going to carry more value, I want that gold Arceus, man.
It looks amazing. It's an amazing looking card. I like it as well. It's probably in my top 5 for sure.
Yeah. I'm super excited. Like, I'm a big Arceus, guy. I'm a big Arceus fan. Just something about mythical Pokemon for me, which is why, I liked Fusion Strike. A lot of people don't like Fusion Strike. I thought it was a fantastic set because I love Mew. Mew is one of those super nostalgic, like, really popular Pokemon that just, like, I mean, it's probably the most nostalgic Pokemon ever, honestly, because it didn't exist in Red and Blue, and you wanted to find him and all that stuff. And Arceus is kind of the same thing, to where you don't get much Arceus, like, other than getting it in a Prism Star card and a Shiny and Shining Legends. Like, you really didn't get much Arceus. He's been in like 1 movie or maybe 2 movies, but he's otherwise he's not really in the anime that much. Like, it's just and he's the god of Pokemon, so he's supposed to be this significant entity in the Pokemon realm in all facets, everything from the anime to the cards to the stories to the manga, like everything. Like, Arceus is the god of Pokemon. So I'm really excited to be getting some Arceus cards. Like, that's my thing. But I'm with you. My local game store pretty much has limited. They stopped all the pre-releases at home. Nobody gets pre-release at home anymore. They upped the price of their build and battle kits to like $35, and you could only get them if you played in their tournament, which they were charging $30 to join the tournament. So it's been rough. I've not been able to get any Brilliant Stars whatsoever, but I'm hoping to get mine early to mid next week, because I guess that would be this week, early to mid this week.
Yeah. I hope you're getting it this week.
Yeah, because I got the box break on Friday. I know it was like next week. No, I should be getting it this week. I'm gonna call my guy tomorrow, because, like, big shout out to you guys. If you don't know, I'm doing a massive box break on Friday, which is officially Brilliant Stars release day, the 25th. And I sold 3 booster boxes for this break out in about 2.5 hours over on my website.
Crazy.
So big shout out to you guys for supporting the channel and buying into the break and all that stuff, to where I've literally had to, like, activate, like, additional booster packs for my patrons, because I got to make sure my patrons get in on the box breaks. It's one of the benefits of being a patron to TCG Funhouse, is you're guaranteed a slot in the box break if you want to. You don't have to, obviously, but if you want in, you get one. So if you guys want to join my Patreon, link in the description below here in this video. But yeah, it's gonna be really, really awesome. I'm expecting to get mine Wednesday-ish. Normally I get mine 2 days before release. So what are you gonna be doing? What's your plan to get your hands on some Brilliant Stars?
Yeah. So I am going to, I'm really going to start looking in store pretty much starting tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
And try to, really every day up until release day. Because
Gotta
I have
check.
seen here in the past, yeah, I've seen here in the past where, stuff shows up, a day or two before actual release day. And I was able to get my hands on it. So I think that is my plan. I live in a decent area where I do have a handful of like Targets and Walmarts kind of around me. So those are, where I've been seeing stuff kind of pop up. But on release day, I do plan on trying to get over, to my LGS and seeing
Yeah.
what they have in stock, if they have anything at all, because it opens up right on my lunch break. So it works out well. But
Perfect.
that's my plan. Kind of attack it early. Is right. Kind of attack it early and see, if I can find anything early. Ideally, if I didn't have to go out on release day, that would be kind of cool.
Yeah, I definitely am with you. I recommend 1,000% start checking your retailers on Wednesday and Thursday. Those are really the two
Yeah.
big days. I mean, Tuesday even. You can even start checking on Tuesday if you're kind of like in the boonies. If you're in a smaller town, a lot of the smaller Targets and Walmarts get hit like really early.
Yep.
And the bigger ones usually get hit closer towards release day. And I know Target sometimes even just gets them like shipped, and the Target employees have to put them out. But yeah, so start checking Wednesday, Thursday, Friday at the very, very latest. I would check around lunchtime, noontime, as the distributors are getting out there, the vendors are out there putting stuff on the shelf. But Brilliant Stars, man, singles are starting to go up because obviously pre-release started, a week and a half ago, where people are opening up the build and battle kits. If you guys don't know, the pre-release kits that distributed or that LGSs get come with build and battle kits and booster boxes and stuff like that. So people have been able to get their hands on booster boxes, build and battles, all kinds of stuff. And we have some early pricing. In ASX, I know you got some of the lowdown over there. What are you seeing so far
Yeah. Yeah.
in terms of maybe the most expensive 3 or 4 cards?
Definitely, yeah. So prices I'm looking at right now, you guys, I do not recommend paying. Like we, said in the very beginning,
True.
these prices are very, very high right now. So what I'm looking at, I'll start off with the priciest card, and that one is coming in as the Rainbow Charizard V Star. We're looking at anywhere from now I can't even find it on this page, but I think I saw it at 300. Is that
Yeah.
what we said?
That's what I've been
300.
seeing.
Here
I've
it
been
is.
seeing it for about $325.
Yeah.
And it seems to be the number one card so far. And I just want to
Yeah.
mention this real quick before we move on. One of us in this podcast said that was going to be the most expensive card, didn't they? Do you remember who that was?
No, I don't think it really got brought up. Yeah, I don't think we covered that.
Yeah, no, it was definitely me. Nice try, nice try. You were steadfast on the V alternate art, and you kind of
I
even like
was.
talked me into it a little bit. Like
Oh yeah.
you made a good enough case to where I was like, I think you might be right. And then the people in the comment section are really what sold me on it.
Yeah.
They were pushing that as well. Like, I would probably say 80% of the people thought that the alternate art was going to be the number one chase in terms of value, and it's still really early. The jury's not
Yeah.
out yet. We don't know. But as of right now, the rainbow card is pushing number one. So I just want to give
It is.
myself a little pat on the back here. You know what I mean?
Well, but you deserve it. You called it. You called it. You did. But yeah, I think that that $300 price point will definitely come down. I think you're going to see a pretty
Yeah.
sharp decrease, pretty early on, right after release. I definitely think it's going to hold well. Um, I think it will continue to fight for number one and number two spots here. But when we look at number two, that's where my guess came in. The alternate art Charizard V is right now it's coming in at right around $200, 220,
Yeah.
sold on eBay. And I think that's I mean, obviously all these prices are going to come down, right? But I really do think in the end, these two are really going to battle it out for the number one and number two spot.
I agree.
I still have that feeling, even though looking at the prices now, it is $100 less, right? But again, these are pre-sale prices, right? They're
Yeah.
drastically different from what we see, a week after release. So that's what we're looking at for the number two spot. And then I believe for the number three spot, that is coming in at the gold Arceus card.
My chase.
See here.
My chase. It's what I
Yeah,
want.
absolutely beautiful card, and I'm not seeing it here. I think you had the pricing on that one.
Yeah,
think
it
you
was
said it was
actually it
around.
was actually going for like 115 to 125 is what I've seen over
There we go.
on eBay, and they're even like so TCG Player has some listings up there for pre-sale. It's not a very good barometer right now because there's almost nothing on there. There's like
Yeah.
like 10 Zards, and it's hard to look at TCG Player listings right now. You really need to look at those sold listings over on eBay. And yeah, the gold Arceus seems to be going a lot less than I thought it was. And by a lot less, I mean like $30-$40 less. I was
Yeah.
really expecting that card to, honestly, I thought it was going to be like around like 150 to 185, especially this early on in the set release. And another card that seems to be a little bit surprising is the Marnie's Pride card is actually up there in price as well. It was on
Yeah.
my honorable mentions list. I had did my top 10 cards from Brilliant Stars, and I wasn't quite ready to pull the trigger on it and put it up there in the upper echelon cards, but it seems to be going for like 75, 80, $85 right now, putting it above a lot of the cards that I had on the list, which was very surprising to me. People love Marnie though, man. Like, what do you think
Oh
it is
yeah.
about Marnie? What is it about Marnie? Like,
I don't know. I've noticed that too, and she's gotten a lot of like different boxes too. She got that premium collection
yeah, the
from
milk carton.
Champions Path. She got the milk carton, the tournament
Yeah,
collection as well. With the alternate art promo, and I guess this is technically like our third Marnie
yeah,
art here, but I
yeah.
like it. It's a cool artwork. It definitely looks cool. But yeah, she's just a fan favorite. She really is. And yeah, the price really does reflect that.
Yeah. Some surprises for me. The standard Charizard V Star seems to be carrying decent value. I thought it was going to be like a $20-$25 card. A little
Yeah.
bit more common, and it's consistently holding like $55 to $75.
Yeah.
Right around the same price as the Charizard V Full Art, which is a little bit less than I thought. I thought this card was going to be pushing like 100, and it's pushing like 65, $70 right now, which was kind of a major surprise for me, which it probably shouldn't have been though, because with full arts really coming down in price because they're just not nearly as rare as they used to be. Like remember
Yeah.
back in the days of XY and Sun and Moon, the full arts were like some of the chase cards, and it was like, man, these are
Right.
so cool. But now
Yeah.
they're only like the fourth rarest card that comes out for that Pokemon and stuff, and almost at the point where I'm ready for them to go away.
Yeah.
The full arts are really the one section of cards that I believe if they went away, it would be completely fine.
Yeah.
Obviously, when Gen 9 comes out, we're probably going to lose the V Star and V Max just like we did with the GXs and EXs and stuff. But I can really see the full arts stepping aside, especially if they're going to continue to give us alternate arts, if they're going to continue to give us character rares and things like that. There's really not enough room to also have a full art card. So I'm really not too surprised at that, but I did think it was going to go a little bit higher. What about you?
Yeah, I thought it was going to go a little bit higher as well, but I have also been noticing as well when you look at prices of other sets that the full arts are really never what you think they're going to be.
It's true.
Uh, there's a couple exceptions here and there, especially when you again look at Evolving Skies, that sets like an anomaly in the Sword and Shield era.
Okay, so we gotta talk about that for a second, right?
Yeah,
Why? Because even at this point, with Evolving Skies being out as long as it has, a lot of those chase cards are going for more than the Brilliant Stars pre-release cards,
yeah,
which is crazy to me. Like all the
it is.
Rayquazas and Umbreons are worth more than all the Arceuses, and pretty much every other card inside Brilliant Stars that's not the Rainbow Charizard. And like that Umbreon is probably really even still pushing even what the alternate art Charizard's going to go for. So like my mind is a little bit blown at that, and I want to talk about that in a second. But like, what were you going to say about Evolving Skies? Because I'm surprised.
Yeah, it's just it's a really weird set. I think that um I think that maybe we underestimated how much popularity the EV and all the evolutions
Evolutions,
have
yeah,
around them.
it's true.
I think they are some of the best evolutions artworks that we've seen in a very long time. So I think that helps. The fact that they're alt arts as well, it's a different kind of rarity. But yeah, they have held out like no other set that I've really seen here in the modern era, which is kind of crazy. Maybe other than like Hidden Fates. You know, and it wasn't even like a holiday type set, you know, a special set or anything like that. But
That's the
it's
thing.
very
You
interesting to
know,
see.
Brilliant Stars isn't either, but yeah, it still
Right.
is. It's crazy to me, man. Because like even take the Umbreon and Sylveon here for Brilliant Stars. You know, the
Yeah.
Umbreon VMAX character rare is like $65.
Hmm.
I thought it was going to be $150. Somebody in the comment section of my top 10 video made that comment. They were like, "Hey, I had the Umbreon, I think at number 4, and I was really thinking it was going to be like in between 125 and 150, and it is not."
Yeah.
Now, apparently, you know, I'm not sure if this means the character rares are going to be significantly more common, because I have been seeing like 5 or 6 character rares per booster box so far.
Yeah.
Which is, I mean, that's a lot if you think about it. I mean, because you
It
don't
is.
even get you might get 5 or 6 Vs, regular Vs,
Right.
in a booster box, you know, and getting 5 or 6 character rares on top of that could be the main reason why these are a lot less in price than we're anticipating. But considering the Umbreon for Evolving Skies is like still pushing $200, I had a lot
Yeah.
higher hopes for the VMAX character rare for Umbreon here.
I did as well. I thought this one was going to be easily over $100, like easy over 100.
Yeah,
And I'm
me too.
very surprised with the prices that I'm seeing. You know, I'm looking at eBay right here, you know, sold listings anywhere from, you know, 60 to $70.
Yeah,
Um,
the V's
you
like
know, for that.
45.
Yeah. Yeah, so that was actually quite surprising. Um, I think I personally like the Evolving Skies artwork a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
It just has a little bit more of like an artistic type feel, and I really like those types of cards. So I don't know if maybe people kind of feel that way about it as well,
Yeah,
but
could be.
very surprising that it's at the price that it's at.
Could be. And even the Sylveon itself, like Sylveon normally carries really strong value as well, and the VMAX character
Yeah.
rare is under $50.
Wow.
It doesn't look like any of them have gone for more than $45 and stuff like that. So I'm really
Yeah.
surprised with even the standard V character rare at $20. So I think we could be looking at some cards for the character rares
Yeah.
specifically that are going to be quite affordable. But I will say
What?
this too. Where you weren't around for Cosmic Eclipse. So
No.
I came back into the hobby around Unified Minds, and Cosmic Eclipse, of course, was like right after that, after Hidden Fates.
Yeah.
And the Pikachu character rare, that's like $55 right now, used to be
Yeah.
able to pick that up for $5.
Wow.
When Cosmic Eclipse first came out, for probably like the first month or so, the character rares were so cheap. All of them. All of them. And the Pikachu, you
That's
could get it
crazy.
for like $4 to $5, and it was a quite common of a card to pull during the first print wave. And
Yeah.
now look at it. Now it's went up 10x, 11x in value, which, you know, I'm not saying that's going to happen with the Umbreon VMAX and stuff, but the first print wave for Brilliant Stars seems to be very, very, very bountiful, very plentiful. So if you can get your hands on, which you probably will be, but if you can get your hands on Brilliant Stars in the first print wave, I recommend opening like a madman.
Yeah.
Open it up, open it up, open it up. Open up all your first print waves. If you're a sealed collector or you really want to build your sealed collection and you think Brilliant Stars will be a great set for sealed collection, which I do think it will be, wait for wave 2. Wait for wave 3, you know, to come.
Yeah.
And that's when you should hold on to that stuff, because pull rates are going to go down. You know, it's I really haven't seen any statistics on it, but as somebody who opens a crap ton of Pokemon product, there's a significant difference between first wave and third wave.
Yeah.
Like, it's not, you can't debate it.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's almost like there's no way you can't notice. Like it's pretty obvious if you
even
open
when
up
you
a
just
lot.
watch on YouTube channels, like just watch YouTube
Yeah.
channels. It's completely different. Like, go watch Real Breaking Nate when you open stuff on first print wave, and then watch him when he's still opening that product 6-7 months down the road. You will see a massive difference
Yeah.
in pull rates and pull ratios and stuff like that. So, but yeah, I start ripping. You know, get your 5 or 6 character rares, get your Charizards right now, get your Arceuses right now, sell them up, you know, and then buy them back later on and keep your sealed product later on. That's my opinions on that. I mean, I think the prices on these cards are way down. So, and to put that in perspective, you know, the last Rainbow Rare that we got for Champion's Path, if you guys remember when Champion's Path first came out, Colin Firth. Colin Firth, great actor. First came out. The Rainbow Charizard and the Shiny Charizard, they were going for thousands of dollars. They were like $1,000 a pop. I pulled a Shiny Charizard from Champion's Path and sold it for $850 raw.
Man,
I pulled it the first week. I literally pulled it on the very first opening for Champion's Path. It's still up on my YouTube channel. You can go find the video. It was our very first Champion's Path opening on release day, I believe, or maybe even a couple days before release day or something like that. Nice. And we pulled it. I want to say it was like the first pack or second pack or something like that. It was insane. And
that's super lucky.
Sold it for $850, and they're like $100 right now. So keep that in mind. They're like they've gone back up again, but they were like $100 for a long time. You were able to get that card for $100. And that's the perfect example. So I'm a little surprised that the Rainbow V-Star is only like $300 right now. Like, I think that's much lower than I was anticipating. I was thinking $1,000. I really was. I was thinking $800 to $1,000 for when this Rainbow came out. And I was thinking, like $700 to $800 for the Charizard V alternate art. And it's just not. It's just not. And I'm happy for that because, those grossly inflated prices were outrageous. Nobody should be paying $1,000 for a modern Charizard. Never should you. No. But to see these prices this low, I was surprised, man. I was surprised.
Yeah. It's interesting. I think we have a lot more in stock now than we did when we were, in the Champion's Path era.
It's not even out yet.
That's true. That's true. But I think they're in a much better place. Now the Pokemon Company is now with product, with stock and everything like that. So I don't think there's as much fear behind not being able to get some Brilliant Stars as there was with Champion's Path and Vivid Voltage and that kind of time period that we were in. And another thing that I was thinking as well, like, why are these cards... sorry, I feel like I got like a little hair in my mouth or something. Another reason why I think these cards probably is why I think one of these cards, or why these cards are, a lot cheaper, is because I don't really think we've seen like, and I guess I'm speaking more or less like the Umbreon here, and thinking about the one in Evolving Skies, we really haven't seen a head-to-head Charizard and Umbreon matchup here in the same exact set before. There was no Charizard in Evolving Skies. You had your, Rayquaza, right? But, Umbreon could just kind of, thrive out there and, become super expensive. Whereas now, yes, we have the Umbreon, but we got like 5 Charizards as well that we're, a lot of us are trying to search for. I know I am. So I think that could possibly play into why we're seeing such low prices on cards that we would have thought would have been a lot more expensive right now.
That's a good point too, and it kind of makes me think as well. Like, do you think the fact that there is 5 Charizards in this set has kind of diminished the value?
Yeah.
Like, do you think that the fact that there's a V, a full art, a V star, a Rainbow V star, a V alternate art, like, is it just too much? Is it ruining the rarity? Is it ruining the scarcity of like Champion's Path, where there was only 2 and they were both massive hits?
Yeah. I think it does take away from it a little bit. It makes it more fun of an opening, right? You have 5 chances at hitting that, hitting a Charizard or something really nice in one of these sets, but. I think we are getting a little bit of like a Charizard Whiplash here in the Sword and Shield era. I can see it. But I gotta say I do think it is taken away a little bit. But I can't say that I'm not excited to try to pull those Charizards, each and every one of them, man. I really am.
Nothing beats a Charizard chase. It really doesn't. There's nothing better. As long as you get one. If you don't get one, then it's not fun, and we chased that Hidden Fates Charizard for over a year here on the channel to where we finally pulled it. Brady ended up pulling it, but it can be demoralizing for a long time.
Seriously. I've had to stop my Champion's Path run because I could not pull the Rainbow Charizard, and
I still haven't pulled the
Rainbow.
Rainbow.
Far too much money.
Yep.
on that.
I
Well,
still
at
haven't
least
pulled
we're
it.
in the same boat.
Yep. I pulled the shiny right away. Sold it.
Yeah.
Bought one back. But I haven't bought the rainbow, and I don't have the rainbow. And part of me
Yeah.
thinks I want it. I should probably just go buy it if I want to at this point. But there's just something about pulling Charizards, man. Just something about it. Like
Yeah.
even though the gold Mew was my chase for celebrations, there's just something about pulling the Charizard even from celebrations where it's like, oh man,
Oh
that's
yeah.
freaking amazing. That's so cool. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And all that stuff, or even getting the evolutions pack and still pulling that base set reprint evolutions. It still is like super hyped, even though I got like 6 of them.
Yeah.
It's just
Right.
it's still
right.
really cool to do. But
Yeah.
oh man, yeah, I think the fact that there's 5 of them really could diminish the price of the Charizards. And I think the Charizard V is going to come way down in price. The standard V, I think you're going to be looking at that thing. This could be the first like $2-3 ultra rare, Charizard card that we get for
Yeah.
for Charizard itself. What do you think about that? You think the floor is going to come way down on those?
Oh yeah, yeah. Just the standard V. Definitely. I think we're gonna see under $5. I mean, we
Yeah,
we have one. We do have a Charizard V out of
the
Darkness
Darkness
Ablaze, and I
Ablaze.
think that's like a couple
Yep.
bucks. Just for the V. Still haven't pulled that one either. I don't know. That's
The
crazy.
regular
But
V?
the regular V, I've pulled the V Max over before
Sheesh.
I pulled the regular V, which is crazy. I should just go buy it for $2 and never open Darkness Ablaze again.
It's overpriced.
But yeah, it's just it's gonna go down. All these cards are gonna go way down. But yeah, that the floor on that one's gonna be pretty minuscule, I think.
Yeah, I'm still surprised at how low all these prices are. Um,
Yeah.
I was I was expecting a lot higher prices. I was expecting the Charizards to be higher. I was expecting the Gold Arceus to be a lot higher than it is. It just pretty much everything across the board I was anticipating to be much higher. So I do wonder, like, is this really the first set that we thought was going to be absolutely crazy and insane, but then the prices don't translate because of the mass printing? I think that's something that could be rearing its head here and could make for the first effect that we're seeing of this mass printing and really decreasing prices and almost making a modern set not worth collecting. But like, don't get me wrong, Charizards will always be worth collecting. But
Yeah.
I mean, are we reaching the point to where even the Champions Path ones are definitely going to be a lot more collectible than what we're getting in Brilliant Star? The Shiny Charizard VMAX from Shining Fates, is that going to be significantly better option than the Rainbow V Star? I don't know. Or were we just in a really overly inflated market that never should have been that high in the first place? That's the questions.
Yeah, I think the overinflation of the market is I don't think you're far off on that.
Yeah.
It was a very weird time. An interesting time to come into Pokemon and really get back into it and start understanding things again. I'm happy to kind of see where we're at now with these prices.
Yeah.
And I think we kind of are, like I mentioned earlier, printing is way up. They have a lot more facilities. Many more cards are being printed, and I think they've really started to kind of catch up here, to the point where things are being printed so much where the prices just aren't going to be what they were,
Yeah.
on new cards a year ago.
Yeah, I agree with you. Were you able to get any of the Pokemon Center exclusive ETBs?
No, for this one I was not, but
No.
I am keeping my hopes up. I am keeping my hopes up because I was able to get, you guys can see I have a couple of the celebrations ones in the background here. I was able to get like a wave 2
Nice.
of those. So I'm keeping my hopes up that they will have those. Because I know, like, obviously, what's the set? This one, I can't think. Fusion Strike with the Mew. Obviously you can still get those. Not a super popular set, but those are available on there. And I think maybe one other set you can still get the Pokemon Center exclusive ones. Maybe not. It might just be the Fusion
I think
Strikes.
this
But
Fusion Strike and Brain Star is all that's up there right now.
yeah, so I am holding out hope. I did see, yeah, I checked the other day and I did see that it did say sold out on there. But I'm keeping my hopes up that I will be able to get one.
They were up for a while. I'm surprised, you know.
They were.
If you would have paid attention to my Instagram ASX, you would have saw that they were up there and made a purchase. I'm just gonna say, guys, if you're looking for drops and stuff like that, go follow my Instagram and Twitter and stuff. When big things happen, I try to post as frequently about it as I can. And I, you know, before we get out of here, I do want to mention too, I got a lot of big things coming down the pipeline. Stay tuned here on the channel, stay tuned on my social medias and stuff like that. But if you're still struggling, to get product, if you're still interested in buying, you know, from me, from TCG Funhouse, stay tuned, because everything is going to be getting, you know, tripled down on, quadrupled down on. I'm going to be able to start doing a lot more time in getting product and pushing product out the door. So make sure you guys are following me on my socials. You know, hit that sub button here on YouTube, because there's a lot of massive stuff coming down the pipeline that it's really exciting. I talked about it a little bit on the last live stream. I'll probably talk more about it this Friday in the live stream, so come hang out. We're doing 3 full booster boxes of Brilliant Stars, rip and ship, but they're already sold. So you won't be able to be buying in or anything like that, but it's going to be a fun night. Starts at 9 p.m. this Friday. I know, ASX, you're going to come hang out with us, right?
Yeah, definitely. I love hanging out in the chat with you guys. I didn't buy any packs, so no worries, guys. I won't pull all the Charizards like I did with Celebrations.
Yeah, I'll about ban you from it after you did that. No more breaks for ASX. He's taking all the good hits. Right.
Oh, I felt so bad, but
no, you didn't.
So good
at
the same time.
No, you didn't, bro.
Oh man, but yeah, no, I'll be there in the chat. You guys come hang out. It's a fun time in the chat. You know, even if you don't got packs, got a whole bunch of awesome people in there chatting it up and just having a good time. So definitely come check it out, guys.
For sure. And again, you know, I'm gonna be doubling down on streams. We're gonna be doing more streams, all kinds of stuff, guys. So there's gonna be revolving doors in terms of packs being available for the live stream rips and all that. So really, really good stuff, guys. Don't miss it. Don't miss it. But you guys know how we do it. ASX, you got to send us out here with, you know, one final thing, man. One final thing.
Yeah. The name of the episode here, guys. Don't fall for the Brilliant Stars FOMO. Wait on buying those singles, because they are going to come way down. You can mark my words on that.
Yep. Absolutely. 100%. Don't overspend. If you pull a big hit, sell it. You'll be able to buy it back for a lot less, maybe even 2 of what you sold. That's the story. That's the moral of today's episode. So smash that like button, guys. Drop a sub here on the channel. And if you're listening on any of our audio platforms, which apparently we're up on like 3 or 4 or 5 more audio platforms now, we just found out. So
really some random ones. It's awesome.
It's cool, man. It's good. It's just, you know, shout out to Anchor,
really cool.
man. Anchor's real easy to use.
It is.
If you want to start a podcast or something of your own, go check out Anchor, guys. It's real easy. Easy to use, and they do great stuff. So thank you guys so much. Hope you have a wonderful night.